Hi, and welcome to the session called Reorder Paragraph. I know this question is a part of your reading section, so reading is always something that you feel like, no, it's difficult. Trust me, trust the process. You can understand this question, you can practice this question, and you can easily score on this question. So don't worry, just keep trying harder. So, what happens is that in your reading section, you will see 5 different types of questions. Reading and writing, fill in the blanks, multiple choice question, multiple answers, reorder paragraphs, fill in the blanks, and multiple choice question, single answers. So your reorder paragraph is going to be the third question of your reading test, and you will see 2 or 3 questions of this type in your final exam, okay? So, whenever we try to understand that, we also try to look at the importance of the question. So you will see that reorder paragraph questions, they are not important. They're green or yellow color questions. I consider them green color questions because they're only giving you 6 points out of 2 or 3 questions. So they're not important. So we would prefer not spending a lot of time on solving these questions. Keeping that in mind, I don't want you to spend more than 1.5 minutes on that particular exercise called reorder paragraph. So try to practice and try to avoid wasting your time in your final exam on this exercise more than 1.5 minutes. I hope that makes sense by now. All the scores that you get out of reorder paragraph, they're all contributed to your reading section. So this question is all about your reading. You don't have to worry about any template, no spellings, no pronunciation, not really a lot of grammar. So this question has to be simple and easy. So it's like a game, you just have 3 or 5 sentences on the paragraph on the screen like this on the left side. Your job is to move them onto the right side. You want to solve this question, perfect. You're confident, great. You're not confident, you don't want to solve this question. Yes, you can skip this question, but not like that, okay? So if you want to skip this question, I still want you to move all your options, all your questions to the right side, because this is your answer sheet. This side is not the answer sheet. So you're definitely going to move everything to the right side. That's to be done minimum, okay? And then how do we answer this question? We will understand. How do you get scores? So computer gives you point for 2 correct pairs. I will explain you. We will when practice and I'll show you there, okay, how it works. But you have to remember you need to connect 2 sentences minimum together to get your scores, okay? What are the steps to solve these questions? The first step is to skim through the text. Definitely, it's a part of your reading section. You cannot avoid reading, so you'll have to quickly, go through the sentences. While you're doing that, you can also look for repeated words into these sentences. Once that is done, try to look for the first sentence and the last sentence if possible. That's always a good option, because first sentence is like, you will have a good idea of the question. And if you have the first sentence, you're like, your target, your goal, you have a destination to go for. So it's always good to have a starting point. And last sentences are always sometimes quicker to find, so you can do that. Start making pairs because you get marks according to the pair, and don't spend more than 1.5 minutes. Click next after you have finished taking your time. Now we will understand all these steps through practice. And in so how to start the finding of first statement? So if in a sentence you're looking for articles a or an in the beginning, that could possibly be your first sentence. Words like 1958, like anything that's of past, if you find that, that could also be your first sentence. Of course, the words like begin, entry, research, to start with a study, logically, they're always going to be the beginning, and then full names in a paragraph if they're mentioned, and then there are also half names. So the sentences with full names are going to be the beginning sentences. Along with that, sometimes if there is a topic that's being discussed, and if the topic is in the beginning of a sentence, that sentence could possibly be your first sentence because the topic's starting it. And sometimes you may not find it directly, so you may have to go through the elimination method. So you can even say, okay, what cannot be the first statement? So you keep crossing those options and you'll deduce your first statement. Like any pronouns that you find in some sentences, like he, she, this, that, these, those. If you find them, they're also not going to be the first statements. Abbreviations are also not going to be part of the first statement most of the time, and connectors as well, like furthermore, however, but in addition, therefore, they're also not the connectors that start your paragraph. And words, of course, which are part of the last statement thing, they're not going to be the first statement. And also words like also, to, even, such, and other. So just have a look at these slide. You can stop the video here, read the slide properly, and then pause, resume the video again to listen, okay? Because this is something to take notes of, like to write them, all right? Moving further, what can be the last statement? So concluding connectors, therefore, does, as a result, consequently, finally, in the end, these are words which can conclude a paragraph. Future-oriented words are also going to be towards the end of the paragraph, of course, because if you follow the time rule, past, present, future, so future goes in the end. And completing words like successful, closed, victory, for example, led to, published, found. They're all the words which are end of a process. So, of course, that will also be towards the end of the paragraph. So keep looking for the words like nonetheless. They're all towards the end, okay? So once you have tried that, you can also try time rule to start looking for the pairs, or to start sorting out your paragraph. So you can see 1934, 1991, 2004. So you can easily see which of the following is going to be the past and what is present. If you see this one is still writing today, so today is my present. So I think my B should go in the end, and 1934, C should start the paragraph. Yep, and then he, who is he? We don't know. Alan, yes, we can now guess from Alan. Both plays, which both plays? What two plays? So they're talking about two plays. So both plays. So you need to find out these two plays. Where are they? If you have a look in sentence number D, so you'll find the plays here, Madness and History Boy. So you know that D will come before A because they're talking about these two plays. Yeah. So E has to be adjusted somewhere. So you can just try to find out your sequence. So you see C, as I said, is starting the paragraph. E, because it is talking about this person, Alan Bennett, who is he? So they're giving you information there. D, plays, and see D and A, they're together because of the play, both plays. And B, as I said, is the present. So should go in the end. Okay. So that's how you're going to do this one. Moving further about your abbreviation strategy. So as I have said, GPS stands for Global Positioning System. So you can see the full form is in C. So you can even use in the past, you can see today. So using your past present rule plus your abbreviation rule, you can find out the sequence that present. So today technology is integrated into smartphones, cars, and even wearable devices, making it a part of our daily lives. In the past, people use this, and GPS stands for positioning system. So we got our sequence as C, GPS stands for global positioning. D, so works by, and then B, past, and then A, which goes in the beginning. So I mean, goes in the end. So you can see that we are still using the time rule, and we have placed A in the end. We used our past and also full form rule. So that can also help, right? You have to know that full forms will start the paragraph. If abbreviation is there, it's going to come later. Okay. So looking at the next concept of the same concept called full form and half abbreviations. So e-skins, you can see electronic wearable. E-skin electronic wearable is as an electronical wearable, a smart device. So you can see that where's the full form. So it's A, that's where it is. So you can see that if A is the correct answer. So yeah, and then now checking, where is that? Uh, I think it was in the correct order. Okay. So looking at your fact and example rule, number, so you can see there will be a concept and there will be example of the concept. Like for example, machines, they're talking about machines. So then there are examples of those machines. Like if you see prime movers, that's the main word, and windmill, water wheels, turbines, steam engines, they're all typical prime movers. So examples of prime movers. So you can even see prime movers. So D, all machines have an input, output, and a so machines, so gone as beginning. And then examples, so they're saying all machines, and then they're saying machines, and out of machines, they're talking about prime movers. So like example of machines is prime movers. And then from prime movers, they're talking about this C, windmills, water wheels, and all those words. So they were examples of that. And then we've put B because they're saying in these prime movers. So these ones, turbines, steam engines, these ones specifically. Okay. Question answer, where's the question? You can find the question is here. Are meteorites that abundant on Mars or on those rovers simply lucky? So you have a question. So the answer is the answer to this question. So B and E, they are connected. That was what we are looking for. So you see B and E, they are connected. So you can even use question and answer concept to connect. Reference rule is like when you point to something, this, that, these, those. If you look at this is good advice. What is a good advice? What you should be doing? So, but there is a problem with this advice too. Okay, so that means we first have to find the advice. Where is the advice? Mhm. Peak performance experts say things like you should focus and you need to eliminate the distractions. This is a good advice. The more I study the success of people from all walks of life, the more I believe focus is a core factor of success. But there is a problem with this advice. Yeah, so maybe we can find this as the sequence. So you will see B because they're talking about what is the advice to avoid distractions and to focus. And then this is a good advice, A. Okay, so success, the main factor of success is focus. So that was in A. And then from A to D, because they're saying there's a problem with this advice. So first you talk about that success thing, and then you're going to the other one. One of the options in front of you, how do you know what to focus on? So like they're detailing the problem there. So after D, we have C. So this is called the concept of reference rule. This, that, these, those. Fact and exception. If there is a however, if there is a but, you know why there is this however or but. You have a pair, you can connect the sentences. Like in this question, yet whenever he was hungry, he got up and propelled himself straight to the kitchen to get something to eat. That means there's something problem related to kitchen. Maybe the person doesn't know where is the kitchen, or maybe the person is not hungry. So let's see B. Every day he was asked where the kitchen was. So I think it's related to kitchen. So I'm going to place B before A. Okay, because they say he doesn't know where is the kitchen in A. So that was the exception. So we've got fact and exception connected. Okay, so that's how it is. Man led to, you can see studies of this man, and you have 1992. So you know 1992 should go in the beginning. Man led to, so when you know, see led to words, the concluding words, so this statement should go in the end, yeah, towards the end of the paragraph. So there you are, CBADE. So that's how you do it. Zigzag rule. Now that's my favorite rule. What is this rule? You connect your sentences using the repeated words, technology, I mean strategy. Please cut that. So you can see pollutants, harmful materials, pollution. We're just looking for the repeated words, okay? Harmful materials, Pollutants, by human activities. D can also be they activity. Okay. Pollutants, that these harmful materials, then that means harmful materials. So I'm going to start with B. From B, harmful materials is repeated in A. So that's a zigzag. You see, zigzag. If you put harmful materials in the end, which statement is that? B. So I'm going to say B here. And then harmful materials is in the beginning and repeated in A. So my A is here. So I'm going to go BA. So BA. And then pollutants. So pollutants is here. So which statement is that? A. And then pollutants is here in the beginning in C. So C. So that means after A, C should be there and D is there. So we have our sequence. Let's check if it is like that. Check here, BA, C, D. BA, C, D. Great. Perfect. So that's a zigzag rule. The most favorite one, very easy to solve with this. And there's another example of that if you want to have a look at. Yeah, there you are. I will actually remove these lines from here. The clot in blood vessels will block blood flow. When the clot is formed, the clot, we've got the clot, it will stay in the blood vessels, we've got them repeated. So we know A and B are connected in some way, yeah? Blood flow, without the normal blood flow, muscle contraction. A heart attack is caused by the sudden blockage, do we have blockage repeated? Of a coronary artery by a blood clot, a blood clot. So we've got a zigzag. Let's put that. I'm going to take the clot thing here, clot. Okay. Where is this clot in the beginning then? In A and in B. Okay. When the clot is formed, it will stay in the blood vessels. So I'm going to take B first after D, because D is definitionally with A as well. So that's also the reason it's starting. So the clot is in blood vessels. So blood vessels in the end here. So I'm going to place blood vessels here. I hope you're understanding. If you're not, go back, watch again, listen again, okay? So blood vessels here in the end and blood vessels here in the beginning of the sentence. You check that out. So I'm going to actually put B first, then A. So if I'm putting B first, then A, so I know my D is going to connect with B, okay? So it's D, B, A, and C. And anyways, there's a connection. See the word blood flow. So that's why. So you'll practice, you'll solve it, you'll understand it, what I have just said. So zigzag is the most convenient way of solving these questions. Very useful. Keep trying solving these questions. A recap, I want you guys to stop watch this video of reorder paragraphs because it's a very important question. And whatever I've said is having a lot of information in it. So you definitely want to write and take notes of and then move on. Keep watching this video again and again, saying, stick to the process, trust the process. You will be able to score well in any section, even reading. Okay. All the best. See you in the next video.